Ow.
We're here. All right, here we go. What's going on, everybody? It's your boy Tony A. I am back again with another Indie Fest Meet the Artist, and today we got an artist that I know very well. This is the one, the only Andre Vincent, y'all. What's up?
Hey, how's it going?
Looking amazing as always.
Thank you so much. Glad to be here.
Yes, I'm glad you're here too. It's been a while. Uh, we performed together. Was it a year ago?
Yeah, it was almost a year ago at Project Big.
Wow,
Yeah.
time really flies.
Ooh, it was hot that day too. I don't want to go back to that.
I feel like a good outdoor festival.
It was hot. Yeah, definitely enjoyed myself. It was a fun time. Fun
Yeah,
time.
it was a great time. It was really good, really good. But you're such a dynamic performer. I can't wait for everyone to get to learn all about you. So to start right out, just go right ahead and introduce yourself and tell people who you are.
Hey everybody, I'm Andre Vincent. I am a singer, songwriter, and producer and musician from Ridgeland, Mississippi. I've been playing the piano since I was 7. Been making music since I was in like middle school. But finally just started to take creating projects very seriously like last year. So still new into this game. It's like a whole new world, like being able to create and produce in this way, and also like connect with other people. I'm more used to doing choir and band, so um, it's definitely a big shift being from like in a large group to being the singular person on stage. But been enjoying myself, and yeah, just been creating lots of great music and collaborating with other people and getting myself out there. Yeah.
Yeah. And I mean, you didn't speak enough about it, but you're also what is it? A growing influencer, I would say.
Oh
'Cause I feel like I watch all your reels and all your postings. They get me through the day sometimes.
oh my gosh, that makes me feel good. Yes, the
Absolutely.
musings of my mind when I'm
God
just
keep content creator up there and tell us, listen,
yes.
I gotta follow.
Thank you. I please y'all interact with my stuff. I like to make very unserious posts all the time, just to add some joy to everybody's day. But yes, I do content creation now, so it's been fun doing that too.
Yes, I love it. And so this will be you're one of our debut artists for the Indie Fest stage. This will be your first time here with us at Indie Fest. And so you gotta let us know just off the bat, like what can we expect from you when you hit the stage? Like what is an Andre Vincent performance all about?
Whew. It's gonna get a little crazy. I am definitely gonna be a little unhinged, but a fun unhinged. You know what I'm saying? Just something to wake everybody up, like an icebreaker. I'm thinking of my set right now and just the music that I'm like putting together for the performance. I really want to get everybody moving and just like having a good time. And this should really be about um, just having a fun time and liberating yourself from whatever has been on your mind throughout the week, whatever it may be, if it's work or problems at the house. Just like come and have a good time and watch me like do whatever. I don't know what I'm gonna be doing. I'm gonna be looking a fool, but gonna be sounding nice. I can guarantee you that. Hey.
You absolutely will be sounding nice. I was about to say you definitely we share those choir background
Yeah,
and
yeah.
I can definitely hear those influences of like choir and band in your music, which is always just so layered and complex in a way that I love.
Thank you.
But who are some of your musical influences?
I love Kalala. And she's actually from the DMV. She's like right outside of DC. And if anybody like, if you know any of my friends, they'll always tell you, "Oh, he loves Kalala." So, boy, of course, like I love Beyonce. I grew up as a big Brandy fan.
Mm,
Aphrodisiac was the first CD I had on my first physical CD that I ever had, and I wore that thing out. And then
album.
um, who else? I love Carl Thomas. I love um, Faith Evans, of course, Avant. But I also love being a little electronic. So I love Sampha. Um, subtract. I'm a little out there as far as like I don't know what would be my central influence, but I can definitely say like a little bit everything. But definitely R&B, a little bit of blues, a little bit of soul, a little bit of jazz, but also keeping it moving with like the house and electronic stuff too.
Yeah, yeah. A groove and a vibe, but a nice good little upbeat to it.
Yeah, yeah,
I love that. I mean, you said it right there. Carl Thomas, Faith Evans. Like you dropped some good names. For those who don't know, there's some deep cuts across
yeah.
the board, every genre, uh, and I love that so much. I love. It's always a weird question to ask because it's like I don't have just one influence, but it's always nice to hear like an artist's personal gumbo of like
Mhm.
what makes them them. And so when you start hearing all the little pieces, I think it's like the Powerpuff Girls. Like it's like you're just pouring a little bit of everything and getting your chemical X out of it.
Yes, yes, and, like, it's so crazy, like, even if, like, 2 people had probably, like, the same influences or viewed their same like, had the same people that they viewed as their, like, Mount Rushmore to say to say something
Right.
else, they would probably sound completely different still, so I think that's a beautiful thing about, like, just being influenced and having your own flavor that you can put on anything, so, yeah.
No, you're absolutely right. And I mean, that's what I love about Indie Fest as well, because it's like all these artists from around the same area, but so many different interpretations of music and how to perform it and how to display it on the stage. Like
Yeah.
you got your parking markers, you got your people that are gonna have a live band with 80 billion instruments ready to go, like a full orchestra. You got people who got lighting effects on the top of the day. You got ones like me that want to be mini Beyonce in their mind, and
I was just about to mention, I know you about to bring out the 8 counts, so I'm ready. I'm ready.
I'm always good for a good 5, 6, 7, 8. but
Yes.
but I really love the diversity of Indie Fest in particular. There's many different festivals and different events like that we have all through our area. Baltimore has such a rich artistic culture, but I really love the true diversity that we see. We really see a little bit of everything and not the same everything that you see everywhere else sometimes. So
Yeah.
I really love that. Um so and you said that you've always been doing music, but you just recently kind of like dove into your lane. So like, can you tell us more about what led to that decision? What made you decide that you were ready to like kind of step out there on your own?
Yeah. So I think like I always wanted to be in choir, like because I love singing, and then that continued all the way until like college. So I've been in some type of choir since elementary school all the way through college. And then once I graduated, I was like, well, I don't really have a school to be attached to with a choir. Maybe I should like look into like a choir in DC. Once I moved here, and then but then I was like, wait a minute, I feel like I'm just gonna be waiting for the solo this whole time. And I was like, wait. And then something started clicking. I was like, wait a minute, why don't we just be the solo the whole time? Like wouldn't that also work? And then I was like, something tells me like, what is the name of like a person who's all by themselves on the stage, but there's no choir? And I was like, oh wait, just a solo artist. So yeah, so I just decided like, hey, I might as well. I'm already a person who is creative in the way that I feel like every day there's going to be something on my mind that pushes me to feel like I need to create. So if it's not something like I need to write down a certain like slew of words that sound good to me in my head or that have just been running in my mind. It can also be something like a riff that I hear in my head and I need to play it on the keys right quick. And then just like bring some life to it. So I think like trusting myself in that way, like knowing that I can still be a creative by myself, and I can probably push myself even more on my own, and finding my own collaborators myself, of course, who will also help me bring these ideas to life and just breathe even more new life into them too. Yeah.
Yeah, that's amazing. I, I love and get everything that you were saying. It's like one day you wake up and you're just like, why am I not doing this?
Yeah.
and that's a cool feeling, and it's a scary feeling. And so shout out to you being able to do it and do it boldly. I know when I first did it, I was even then still too nervous to like do it as a soloist. So that's why I was like, I need backgrounds, I need people there, because I was still stuck in that like I needed a group of people to be with me, and like it took me a while to be like, no, it can be okay. It can just be me on the stage, and I am enough. And
Yeah, it takes a while for sure, and I don't think I'll ever, like, not be scared, to be honest. But I have learned that it's okay to do things while you're scared, and it's okay to, like, push yourself through the things that you don't even know how it's gonna look at the end, so you can
Mhm.
do some things that it's, like, totally out of your world and completely otherworldly and be like, "Well, let me just try it and see where it lands, and then if it's not like how I want to be the first time, I'll use the notes that I have from this first round to make myself better the next one." So it's worked.
Yeah, I mean, that's what you got to do. And I always say, if you're not feeling anything when you go out, if you're not feeling anxiety, nerves, all that stuff, like you're not clocked into your passion anymore.
Exactly,
Like we
exactly,
feel those things because we care about it. So like
exactly,
the day I stop feeling that is the day I really should stop, because that means I'm really just going through the emotions, and nobody
exactly,
wants to be doing that.
exactly, exactly.
So now, on top of Indie Fest, what else do you have coming up down the pipeline as far as music? Any new projects that you're working on? Anything you can let us know?
Yeah, I am actually working on a summer jams EP. I want to be in the club dancing, and I want to be with my friends having a good time out in the sun. So this is going to be like a project, just um, of course about dancing stuff, but also just like retelling the stories of working a job that's maybe not the best for you and the things that you had to things that you had to give up in order to like climb the corporate ladder and what it feels like to give up those things. Also want to like talk about, of course, why would you come to the club and pay $25 and not dance and just stand on the wall? Like that's really lame to me.
Yeah.
I would, even if it was free, I would go dance. Like, why am I even here? But things like that. I really want to talk about just like having a good time for yourself and understanding that other people don't have to define like what is fun for you, and you can also like reclaim that joy for yourself too.
Yeah. I- Yeah. That's very needed right now. And I hope somebody heard that and like got the motivation to get off their ass and do whatever it is that they need to do. Because sometimes, like, I'm that person. I mean, I turn any space into a club. I'll be in my house living my best life.
Don't let the right song come on in this house right here. I will turn
Listen,
it up. I know
it's
my
a
neighbor.
party. I mean, full on sweat dripping like I was in there with 80 people going crazy.
Exactly.
So, and we
Exactly.
all need that. We need to find more reasons to just get up and be free and just enjoy ourselves. And yeah, you're right. Why show up to the place if you're not going to show up for real? Like, what are we here for? What are we doing?
Exactly.
Like, so I want you to talk to other artists who might be like you or like me, who are finally realizing that, hey, maybe this is something for them, something that they want to do. They're nervous, they're wondering. What advice do you have for any aspiring independent artists about this life in this world?
My advice is to create until you come across something that feels good and sounds feels good like you, and it sounds like you, and it sounds exactly how you want it to do. I feel like we're in a period, we've always been in a period where we need art, but especially in a time now where queer art, black art is quintessential to the movement because there are powers that be that are trying to remove us from the history, to remove us from the books, and they know our stories are important and they know our stories are meaningful. Art is one of those ways that um, we can relate history to people who are younger than us and people who may not know our stories as well as we do. So you may have a very like rough version the first time you come around, like creating something for yourself, and it may not translate as well. That's fine. Um, get get back in the booth, get back on that easel, whatever you have, and like chisel it a little bit better the next time, and somebody else will probably be able to understand it a little bit better the next time.
Yeah, that's great advice. And what you said is so important, and it really does bring me to our next question. Because as as a fellow queer and black artist, like everything you said is 100% true. And that's what I mean by these platforms, these spaces, it can be hard enough to find spaces for black and brown people to take the stage and be able to do this. And then when you add on top of it that, we got a little flair to us,
Yeah, a little,
just
a little sugar, a
a
little
little
sugar.
something, just a little something, a little shine on my left side. But when that happens, you know, we know what it's like to even feel isolated, even amongst communities that are supposed to be representative of us. And so, um, with that being said, with everything that's going on, how important do you think that it is that we have something like a Tony A artistry that's keeping artists safe, supported, affirmed, fueled, and empowered, that's trying to fight to keep things like this going, places like the Motor House that are doing what they need to do to keep the arts alive for everyone in a time where they're erasing so much of our art and our contributions. Like, how meaningful is it that we still have entities like this doing this?
I think they are so so important, and I'm thankful for like a foundation like Tony A Foundation, because y'all are really doing the work of just like supporting artists, making sure they know that somebody would want to hear them, somebody would want to like see them and hear their stories. Um, I feel like artistry, in a sense, has to come with some level of delusion. Like you have to be at some point in your journey be like, I don't know how this is going to turn out, and I don't even know if anybody's going to listen to this, but damn it, I'm going to make this. I'm going to make this thing, and I hope that when it's in the ether, it's going to be good and people will receive it well. But regardless, like you should feel empowered to create something that is good to you because it feels good to you, and that's like the true essence of art anyways. So I feel like places like Tony A Foundation and other like black queer spaces that hone artists in this way, they really do a good job of making sure that in the times or in the in place of like, this is something that gets on my nerves too, like a pride fest that will um hit choose a headliner that's a straight man. Like I know we saw what's his name, NBA young boy, whatever he
Yeah,
is. Yeah,
yeah,
he had no business being at a headliner at a pride fest.
yeah.
But that's why we depend on places like Tony A and other entities to actually herald our black queer art for the black queer people. Because if they don't, who will? You know?
Yeah. And that's, I think there is a point in time where, like, and it happens, even, I don't know, even growing up, like there was a point growing up where I like looked around with my cousins and we realized, oh, like, notice the old heads not planning the events. Like the reunions not hitting the way they used to. The things aren't going away. And then it dawned on us, oh shit, it's us. It's our
Yeah.
turn to step up and do it. And I really feel like you said, when we're seeing places like this that are supposed to be representing us and supposed to be the platform and the space for us, and when you look at it, it's more so tailored to, who has likes and follows, or who is going to create the most buzz, and that doesn't always equate to the best representation of our stories and of our spaces. And pride is more than entertainment. Pride is a protest.
Yeah,
And so
exactly.
like, you need those voices, you need those people. It needs to be unfiltered, it needs to be authentic, and it doesn't need to be watered down. And it's really important to me that there are people who continue to fight for true creative spaces where it can be unfiltered, where if you want to sing about a certain topic or perform or have a certain visual to strike an image with a message, that you can do that. And I'm so grateful. I'm really proud of Baltimore as a city. Just in general, just the stance that as a city we have taken to really kind of fight back against a lot of that stuff, to just all come together. It's Tony Artistry, it's Center Stage, it's Motor House, it's so many different places, the Manor. There are so many spots that are specifically highlighting queer Black artists and their art and really putting them back on the map and putting it back to the forefront to say, this is why we're here. This is the work that we're doing, and it's important. And so, yeah, that's
Yeah, I really love Baltimore for that. And you're totally right. Like, if not at the Black Queer Fest, should you be feeling the spirit of Marsha P? I don't know where else you should be feeling that. So at the very least, like the art that's being shared should reflect like our experiences and how the common person in the crowd will be feeling at the gay pride. If that's
I mean, a wise person once said, protect queer art, but are we doing anything worth protecting?
hey, hey.
I mean, was it a wise person or a shady person? That's for you all to decide. But the point does still stand. We've got to wake it up. We've got to make sure that we keep ourselves heard. And, personally, I'm grateful for you and so many of the other Black queer artists that are going to be represented at Indie Fest. And I'm so proud that we have such a large percentage of them being represented, representing all different facets of the queer community, because it looks different for each one of us. And I'm so glad we all get to share and tell our stories in such a welcoming space. And that's our my personal little soapbox about that. I'm always going to be happy. You always get a little more excited when you see when you see representation that reflects you getting an opportunity to be on that stage. So yeah, it's amazing. You're amazing. If y'all haven't watched it perform live, I don't know how to express. All I will say is that the first time that I watched André Vincent perform, I literally had to leave from my green room. I had to come around to see who the hell that was. And then I spent my whole time that I was supposed to be preparing, turning up, and
Yeah,
good old time.
I appreciate it.
So,
But yes, I
honestly,
really appreciate that.
y'all are in for a show. Indie Fest, July 4th through 6th, Motor House, Baltimore, Maryland. Andre Vincent is going to be there during the weekend, going to be performing at our industry night and going to be performing on our main stage, main show A. So y'all don't want to miss it. And y'all don't want to miss the other 34 artists, okay, that are gracing the Indie Fest stage. They are the headliners. It is their stories. They're representing our community. And we're so excited to see the whole thing. Before we go, Dre, you got to let them know where they can find you and follow you for all of your amazing content.
Yes, ballers only, dudes with the back. I'm kidding. Please follow me on Instagram at Dre Lala, and on TikTok at Dre a la Mode. I'm also on YouTube at Dre Lala too. Yeah, please follow me. I make content every week, and I'd love to see y'all there.
So y'all saw it. Jump on those reels, check out the foolishness, because it do be foolishness, but it be
Yes.
entertainment. Make sure to drop a comment. Say hey to me when you see my name in the comment section, because I'll
Yes.
be in the comments.
Yes.
Again, my name is Tony A. We were here with Andre Vincent talking about Indie Fest July 4th through 6th. Tickets are on sale and available now. So grab your tickets. Make sure to bring everybody to the place in the space. It's going to be amazing. And remember, no matter what you do today, remember to stay safe. See ya.
Yes. See y'all.